Once upon a time, while traveling the three worlds, Yogiraj Narad Muni reached Mrityulok, that is planet Earth. He saw the human beings suffering immensely. He visited the abode of Lord Vishnu, who alone can relieve the mankind from the sufferings. There he met the Almighty Lord Vishnu with 4 arms, having Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma. Wearing Tulsi Mala in his neck, he started to pray and requested, "O Lord, you are the supreme power. Nothing can touch you, not even wind or mind can get you. Your power is limitless. You know everything. You help your devotees to overcome their sufferings and sorrows." Hearing all the pleadings of Sadhu Narad Muni, the Almighty Supreme Lord Vishnu, knowing everything, asked Narad Muni, "O Narad, why have you come to me and what do you want from me? Tell me, I want to hear the same from you." Yogiraj Narad Muni replied, "O Lord, I just went to Mrityulok, where I saw all kinds of human beings suffering in sorrow due to their previous karma. O Lord, the Almighty, is there no way that their sufferings become less, or is it possible that they get complete moksha, that is relief from their sufferings? If so, please let us know." The Lord at once replied, "O Narad, you have asked a very good question for the benefit of all humankind. To free mankind from all sufferings and to ultimately reach heaven, there is one vrat, that is fast, and today I will tell you all about it. Anyone who does Shri Satyanarayan Vrat and Puja in the right way will get all the pleasures on earth and will reach his goal." Yogiraj Narad Muni then asked, "O Lord, has anyone kept this fast before? This vrat is done on which day and how exactly is it done? Please do let us know all the details." Whosoever does Bhagwan Shri Satyanarayan Ji's Katha with Brahmin and with his family with full rights will be relieved of his sufferings and sorrows, will be bestowed with increase in wealth and wisdom, will be blessed with children, get overall victory and increased devotion. For this prayer, one requires ripe bananas, ghee, milk and churi. Churi is made with wheat flour, ghee and sugar. After the prayers, all present must have the prasad and then take their meals together, and then sing, praise, chant mantras of Lord Satyanarayan. By doing this, their wishes will be fulfilled. This vrat in Kalyug gives the boon, a reward, very quickly. This chapter of Shri Satyanarayan Swami is over. All chant and say Shri Satyanarayan Ji Ki Jai. Chapter 2. The Lord said, "O Narad, now I will tell you about the first person who did this fast. In a place named Sundar Kashipur, there used to live a very innocent Brahmin. In hunger and thirst, he used to roam for his daily bread. When the loving Lord saw the Brahmin in sorrow and begging daily, he took disguise of an old Brahmin and asked him, 'O dear, why are you so sad? Please tell me all about your difficulties. Is there any way I could help you out?' The Brahmin told the Lord, 'I am a poor Brahmin and I roam daily for bread. Do you know if there is any way to come out of all this sorrow?' The old Brahmin, that is the Lord himself, said, 'Lord Satyanarayan Ji grants all the wishes of all the people. Dear Brahmin, that is why if you pray to him and keep his fast, you will overcome all your sorrow and get moksha.' After telling him all the details of the prayer and the fast, the old Brahmin, the Lord, disappeared. The Brahmin could not sleep that night. He kept thinking of the fast and the prayer which the Lord had asked him to do. In the morning, he woke up with the thought that anyhow he must do the prayer and went out for his bhiksha. On that day, the Brahmin got a lot of money from which he bought all the necessary things for the prayer, called his family, and did Lord Shri Satyanarayan Ji's prayer. By doing so, the Brahmin overcame all his sorrows and became rich. From that time onwards, he used to do the prayers every month without fail. In this way, whoever does Lord Shri Satyanarayan Ji's prayer will get moksha. Anyone on earth who does this prayer will be relieved from all sorrows. When Narad Muni noticed that the people on earth were eager to know about the other people who kept this fast, he narrated another story. The same Brahmin, now a rich person, used to do the prayer every month without fail with his family. Once he was doing his prayer, a woodcutter passed from there. After keeping the bundle of wood outside the Brahmin's house, he went in for some water. The thirsty woodcutter saw the Brahmin doing his prayers. He bowed down to the Brahmin and asked him, "O Brahmin, what are you doing? Please tell me all about it." The Brahmin replied, "To grant all the wishes of human beings, this fast and prayer is useful. I have acquired all the wealth and fame by doing this prayer of Lord Satyanarayan Ji." After hearing about the prayer and drinking the water, the woodcutter felt happy. He ate the prasad and left for his house. Thinking of Lord Satyanarayan Ji in his mind, he said, "Whatever today I get from selling the wood, I will also do this prayer." So thinking, he kept the bundle of wood on his head and left homewards. On the way, he went roaming in Sundarnagar for selling the wood. On that day, he got 4 times more money than usual for the wood. Feeling happy, he went and brought all the things necessary for the prayers. He bought ripe bananas, sugar, ghee, wheat flour, etc., and proceeded homewards. On reaching his house and after cleaning it, he called his family and did the prayer with due respect. The reward of the fast was that he became rich and had all the pleasures of life on this earth, and in the end of his life, he went to heaven. So this chapter of Lord Shri Satyanarayan Swami is over. All chant and say, Shri Satyanarayan Swami Ji ki Jai. Chapter 3. Sadhu Raj Narad said, "O dear people, now let me tell you another story. There was a king named Ulkamukh. He was very wise. He would go daily to the temple and give donations to the Brahmins. His wife was a pious and beautiful lady. At the banks of Madhushala river, one day when they were doing Lord Shri Satyanarayan Ji's prayer, a wealthy businessman was passing from there. He anchored his boat and went up to the king and asked him, "O king, what are you doing with so much bhakti? I wish to know. Please tell me all about it." The king replied, "O merchant, I am praying to the great Almighty, the boon giver Lord Shri Satyanarayan Ji, for a son." The merchant, on hearing this, requested the king to tell him all about the fast and prayer, as he was childless too. The king told him the full details of the prayer and fast. After hearing all the details, he decided in his mind to keep this fast. The merchant then left homewards. On reaching home, he told his wife Leelavati all about the fast and prayer and said, "We will do this fast when we get a child." One day, with the grace of Lord Shri Satyanarayan ji, his wife became pregnant. In 10 months' time, she gave birth to a beautiful daughter. They named her Kalavati. Days passed by. One day, Leelavati slowly and sweetly reminded her husband about the prayer and fast and requested him to fulfill his promise. The merchant told his wife that during the time of Kalavati's wedding, it would be easy to observe the same, for at the moment he was busy in his business, so saying that he left for his business trip to various villages. Kalavati grew up to be a beautiful girl. When the merchant saw that his daughter was of marriageable age, he called the matchmaker and requested him to search an equal match for his daughter. Hearing the merchant's request, the matchmaker reached Kanchan Nagar. From there, he brought the proposal of a young handsome boy. The merchant liked the proposal, for the boy had all good qualities too. He then spoke to the boy's parents and fixed his daughter's marriage. The marriage was done with all religious ceremonies and rituals. Unfortunately, the merchant forgot all about his promise to do Lord Shri Satyanarayan ji's prayer and fast. The Lord got angry at the false promise made by the merchant. The merchant, after a few days, left for his business trip with his son-in-law. They anchored their boat in a beautiful village named Ratanpur. In those days, King Chandraketu used to rule the village. The Lord was angry with the merchant for the false promise made by him, and so he wanted to teach him a lesson. One day, the thieves robbed the wealth of the king, and they went and stayed where the merchant was staying. Seeing this, the guards following them, they left all the loot over there where the merchant was staying and hid themselves. When the guards reached the merchant's place, they saw all the king's wealth. Thinking them to be robbers, they handcuffed the merchant and his son-in-law and took them to the king and told him that they were responsible for the theft. The king, without questioning or listening to them, ordered to put them in a dark cell. Due to Lord Shri Satyanarayan ji's Maya, nobody hurt them. Even their wealth was confiscated by the king. At the merchant's house, the thieves robbed all their wealth, and his wife and daughter had to beg for their daily bread. One day, begging for food, Kalavati reached a Brahmin's house where at that time Lord Satyanarayan ji's puja was going on. After listening to the prayer and taking the prasad, she left for home. By that time, it had become dark. Leelavati was worried. She asked her daughter Kalavati, "Why are you so late?" To which Kalavati told her mother, "O mother, today in a Brahmin's house, I heard a prayer. By doing this prayer and fast, all your wishes get fulfilled." On hearing this, Leelavati started doing all the preparations for the prayer of Lord Satyanarayan ji. She did the fast and prayer and asked the Lord for forgiveness and prayed that her husband and her son-in-law should return home safely. Lord Satyanarayan ji was pleased with the prayer and the fast. One day, he told King Chandraketu in his dream, "O king, you must release the merchant and his son-in-law from the dark cell. Tomorrow morning, give them their wealth and set them free. If you do not do so, your kingdom will be destroyed." In the morning, the king called the court people and told them about the dream. The court people, after hearing about the dream, came to the conclusion to free the merchant and his son-in-law. They asked the guards to bring the prisoners from the dark cell. King Chandraketu gave them good clothes, all their wealth, and plus some more, and set them free. The king told them that due to their wrongdoings, they had to undergo this suffering, but now there was nothing to fear and they could go back home. They bowed down to the king and left homewards. This chapter of Lord Shri Satyanarayan Ji is now over. All chant and say, Shri Satyanarayan Ji ki Jai.